Hey everybody, I'm Gregg Sussman from the Fantasy Sports Network, and this is your NBA DFS preview for Friday, March 22nd. I'm joined today by Drew Dinkmeyer of DailyRoto.com. What's going on, Drew?
Not much. Another mid-sized slate here on a Friday afternoon, evening. So it's nice to tackle these mid-sized slates as we get into the big ones over the weekend.
I like it. It's a good-sized slate for tonight. The perfect way to get in the mix. And I asked this question. I know this is not our players, but I wanted to ask you the question. With March Madness going on and baseball is starting to ramp up, is it more sharks playing DFS basketball right now, or is it still the general public? What do you think?
I think at this point in the season, it's probably a little bit higher percentage of the experienced players that are playing the games. It's just, people are getting ready for MLB season. People might, the casual players might be paying more attention to March Madness. So I think, these next 2 weeks in particular are probably a little bit more the experienced players playing the games.
And let's take them down. The only way to do that is to go through the lineup and try our best to, find what they're not doing or at least score a lot of points for ourselves. Point guard spot, it looks like there's no Kyle Lowry tonight. He's Fred VanVleet, a very good play.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet is just a really solid play. I think he's, priced in the mid 5,000s here, and without Kyle Lowry, the minutes have been really solid. The matchup with Oklahoma City is a really good one as well, in the sense that there's a few games on this slate that pit teams against each other that aren't, contending teams necessarily, and both Toronto and Oklahoma City are playoff caliber teams. The game should play fast. The game should play competitive. So it's one of the games that we'd like to heavily target tonight, and Fred VanVleet at the point guard position is one of those options.
Whenever I think of Fred VanVleet, I think of his days at Wichita State and how successful he was with the Shockers tournament. Shooting guard spot, Delon Wright, everybody's talking about him. How come?
The reason everybody's talking about the Memphis guys today is they're really thin. Mike Conley is doubtful tonight. They've already been without Avery Bradley and Kyle Anderson and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Dylan Brooks and all these guys for a long time. Joakim Noah is also questionable tonight, so they're going to be really thin, especially in the backcourt. That opens up a ton of minutes for guys like Delon Wright, possibly Tyler Dorsey, Justin Holiday. All these guys are really, really cheap. They're priced near the minimum for the most part. Wright is the one we have the most confidence in. We think he's the most skilled, both in a real-life player and as a fantasy player. But all of those guys, Tyler Dorsey and Justin Holiday, are viable punt plays or drop score candidates as well on FanDuel.
The Memphis guys are where you need to look. Just a ton of value there. So a good opportunity for you to make some noise with the Grizzlies. Small forward spot. This is probably where we're going to pay off. Without Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard seems like an obvious play.
Yeah, he's priced the best of all the expensive small forward options, and we have them all on this slate. Giannis is back, LeBron is back, Kawhi is playing, Paul George is playing, and given the fact that there's so much salary relief available at the point guard spot, at the shooting guard spot, it seems like small forward, at least one of the small forward spots, will be one that you want to pay up for. Kawhi's got the best price tag of the group. He's got a great game environment, and without Kyle Lowry, a little bit extra usage and assist rate on his plate.
Fairly priced and no Kyle Lowry. This is exactly where I want to go, Drew. I like Kawhi Leonard at the small forward spot. Power forward tonight. What are you thinking? You're going to spend up, go in the middle, get some value? What's the plan here?
This is a really tricky spot, the power forward position tonight. We'll see. If Joakim Noah is ruled out for Memphis, I think that'll make Ivan Robb a really interesting kind of punt salary relief play. Another Memphis guy just loading up on Memphis guys, which is a little scary since they have a team total below 100, which usually doesn't happen in the NBA. But I think the mid-tier is where there's a pretty solid value that I feel very comfortable with, and that's Kyle Kuzma. I think he benefits from having LeBron back as a spot-up shooter. The gravity that LeBron brings allows a lot of open looks for Kyle Kuzma. The minutes have been there. The matchup with Brooklyn is a good one, too, as they struggle against opposing front court. So I really like this low to mid-6,000s price tag on Kyle Kuzma.
All right, taking that middle row with Kyle Kuzma, which brings us to center. There's not been many players hotter in the NBA than Nikola Vucevic. I know you like Vuce tonight and every night. Come.
We always like Vooch. We've been getting a little bit disappointed by Vooch of late, and through no fault of his own, the Magic have just been playing so well that he hasn't played fourth quarter minutes of late, and that's certainly a concern again tonight against Memphis. But if you're going to play a lot of Memphis players in your lineup, you want to play lineups that correlate well, and you want someone from Orlando in a game that potentially could be competitive, and the guy that we like most is Nikola Vucevic. The center position is a difficult one to fill tonight. If he gets those minutes that he had been getting in competitive games, 34, 35, as Orlando tries to chase down that 8th seed, we think he'll be highly productive tonight. The key is just if Memphis can keep that game close. And if you're going to play a bunch of Memphis guys already, you're kind of hoping the game's close anyway, so might as well bring it back with Nikola Vucevic.
There you go. It's mostly experts playing. You're going to take down the experts thanks to our guy, Drew Dinkmeyer of DailyRoto.com. Drew, thanks for the advice. Good luck tonight.
Thanks so much, Greg.
And good luck to all of you watching. Remember, check out DailyRoto.com before you set your lineups so you get all the latest up-to-date lineup information. For Drew Dinkmeyer, I'm Gregg Sussman. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck. Go Terps.